Maybe I should have the microphone on as well. So I've been talking into a nothing void for now. But this is my my blue science build. Welcome. So this hole should be about 21.5. So that's probably the most let's see how many I need. I guess it's the biggest science build I have so far. So I'm gonna need more yellow belts. But this steel I'm bringing in on a blue line. Yes, that's good. And the red one actually needs its own belt. Its own red belt. I was thinking that I could probably combine those, but I really can't. So they have to be on different belts. I need to combine them once they get into the build, but it's about 9, and let's see, just doing some cleaning up while passing by. I'm not sure our red belt here. Yeah, we're producing 37, so we should be good. Just getting that in from the existing. So not that many belts, but will suffice for now. How about no? I will not have AI viewers. Do appreciate the chat message coming through, but no thanks. So I'm gonna switch this around. And have you come out this way instead, because it's a bit closer. Maybe we should do something like this. And get it down, let's say, there. And I don't think I needed as much of the sulfur. But I started with the blue belts, but I will... I could probably just downgrade that to yellow belts. Because I believe that it was about 9, right? Yeah. So a yellow belt will be more than sufficient. And then I have all the inputs on this side. So let's see, I will have those. So on this line is where I want the red. And that means I will take in our sulfur on this belt. Yeah, some military science, I don't think. Yeah, they are full. Let's see if I can just put them back in the machines then. I could. That's great. Which way? Which way? This way. Okay, so there we go. If we take this as a... it's probably too far. I don't need it to come out. Basically here. That would be enough. And I will have a one spacing between the different kinds. And the iron, which has two belts, are coming in like this. Okay. First and foremost, this one. And I need a yellow belt for that. So that is sorted. Was it just a yellow? Yeah, it is. So or maybe even one further back, because then I can do like this. No, I had it good from the first time. And then I can do the full jump. So that's what I wanted, and I wanted I put on the right. And next part here is this mixed belt. Thinking about it, a red belt will be enough for this. So I'm gonna change this out just to save on some materials. And you can also be a red one. And I do believe that we need 9 of those. So yeah, you're probably gonna need a red belt here. So this needs to be upgraded. Yeah, and I did this wrong. I see the error of my ways. If you will probably have to do it like this then. And then I need to nom all the steel from the line. Just to make sure. Be like that. Yeah, forgot this one. And this should be the last one. I'm doing it while I remember it. So we should have blue signs on the belt, and we do. And this is something I can copy, because then I can make the complete jump, and I will take out the panels. And you want the steel here. And the steel here as well. Just prolong that one downwards. No, I did it the other way. This is the way. Then I will save a bit of materials on just using one underground instead of multiples. And I will have you coming in there. Let's see. There. There. And finally, there. I will clean up the belts as we go. And I realize I could have just gone with the belt this way instead of trying to make it something that I didn't manage to do. So if I just keep having this belt going along those lines, it might look a bit neater. Let's see, we do have 2 more steels. And I think if we... No, I need one more. Like so. That should be steel everywhere. And then we have this. I think that's correct placement. Yes, it is. And we needed to upgrade this one, and I need to go get more belts. Or maybe I could just combine these up here. I mean, we need to combine them anyhow. And then we just draw a single red line. All the way along there. Yeah. That's a good one. How much do you need? You need just a yellow. So no real need for anything but a yellow and but a red coming in. And up to this point, I only need a red one. And here is the last point. I need blue belts, and it's basically just one blue belt coming in. That's so from here this will be not needed. And you also need so that should kickstart most of it, and I will go up and get myself some more red belts. The next part is to bring in and start designing for purple and yellow science. That will be a bit of a longer haul, I believe. Because I'm not sure, or I am quite sure, that I don't have stone, pure stone. I have the bricks. But my next stone is up here. And this is not enough stone to satisfy my need for bricks, so I'm gonna need a second source. And I don't think I have any other sources down here. So that stone needs to be utilized, which means that, oh joy, I need to clear all this. Because if you see around one of those, there will be a pollution cloud. So I will probably, draw the attention of everybody in range here. I have stone up here, but that's even a longer trek. This is the closest one. But as I said, that's the next step. So let's see the bots spring into action. And hopefully this will mean that we are up and running fully. So from the lower two, we are getting 14.3, which means a yellow belt. Which means I can combine this into this, and up here we will go over to a red belt. Let's see if I can just put these back. And I do have a lot of sulfur on my person. I don't need that. Nor do I need all the red chips. Nor all the steel. Gonna do another pass. Half of that. I need a red belt for these. And let's see. So that should hopefully start loading this station with the blue signs. And it does. So if we look at the outputs here, you can see the lowest output is the red ones. We could kick that up a notch. Same thing with the military science. The military science ain't used that much, so I don't mind it being a bit lower. Green science could also be taken up a notch, I think. But we'll see how that works out for us later on. Now I'm getting tangled. Also, I recently ran into what's the guy's name? Extremity? Not really. No. I'm gonna look it up. Loading. It's not Avadi. Exterminator, who explained the train interrupts and gave me some new thoughts on how to set up my train network the best. So I have renamed all my stations at the same format. So U for unloading and then the symbol. And all the unloading stations will be enabled if the resources are below 25k. And once that happens, they will output a signal of one of the resource, which will be put on the network. And this will be read in turn by the loading station. And all the loading stations are named the same, it's just if they are open or not. So this will enable if the steal is requested, if it's more than 0. And I have it at the train limit of 1, so I don't send off multiple trains. And once that train is on its way, it will read the train count to 1. Oops, sorry. And this decider combinator will detect it. If there's a train on the way, it will stop outputting that signal, so I don't send multiple trains to be loaded. And I've been having some problems with that, but that's a theory behind it at least. And these are my parked trains, and they have the same thing. They have as a standard going to a loading station. Then I have the interrupts. This is no fuel, and this is the unload. If they have a full cargo inventory, that is when they're fully loaded, they will go to the unloading station of the type of cargo they are carrying until the cargo is empty. And this interrupt, if their destination is full or there's no path, they will go back to the holding stations. I will flicker a little bit because they are evaluating everything all the time. Which means that the stations I've been doing, like down here, I made 3 loading stations for iron, and they are full, and I really don't want to deal with 100k of iron at the moment. So this one will enable if there is more than if the first one is available. This one, if I have two stations that's requesting iron, they will both output a 1 signal, so it's a 2 signal. Then this will open as well, and this one will open if it's more than 3. So we'll see how that works. I don't really know. Might screw things up later on. But that is so far. So next part here is to get some rail lines and extend those. As you can see here, I've been removing stuff from trains and stations and just dumping it into chests for now. I'm gonna have my bot network come down there at some point in time, and they will sort it out for me. But I need to have, let's see, some more signals, and just gonna refill. I will continue to have the railway extended southwards. There is a train incoming. Yep, it's 23 iron plates. So they hollered in time. And they were down to about 22k before the train came in. So let's see, where is my... Gonna extend it so far at least. And just throw a poison capsule there. Get rid of those pesky trees. And one more is needed, I think. I'm not really sure if I need to extend the train line all the way down here, but better to be safe than sorry. And maybe one more. Just so I can get a radar in here. Get a better view. So I did about 1 or 2. So how about here for our T crossing? No need for a radar there. So this will be our first station then. Let's see if I just do it like so. I will know the spacing for it. And I'm gonna need at least 3 stations. And let's see if we can just copy a good station without getting too much. I really just want to have is that gonna keep that going all the way before yeah. So those are our first unloading stations. So let's see, what do we need for this? For rails, we're gonna need raw stone, and we're gonna need iron, and we're gonna need steel. For the productivity modules, we need the green and the red. And electric furnaces also need bricks, so that's 7 station plus unloads 8 stations. Four, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this is going to be the outbound. And I'm out of rails, of course. I'm not sure about that curvature. I'll redo that once I do have my rails. So let's run back and get some more of what we need. Why are... Something I did, of course. I think the 500 rails will be enough. And the next part is to start prototyping our purple science. So I'm gonna have myself a real good time. No, I'm gonna have hello somethings that I am in need of. What else would I need for that? Probably inserters. And probably some of the substations. And I do have belts. So let's hope that we have what we need for now, at least. Gonna see if I can just snag just the signaling, or maybe a whole part might be better. Let's see, it should be there then. One more, and that is the curvature we are looking for. Let's see, how did I signal the outputs? Okay. So the outputs should just look like this then. And you can probably just for symmetry's sake have you in that position. Only one is needed. Only one. So if we have one signal there, let's see how far. That's basically. Yep, that's good. So that's a signaling we need for all the train stations, and we do have some cliffs here, which I'm not too happy about. Also have some iron ore down there, which means that we have to probably work around a little bit. But let's start. So if we do have the purples, actually I'm just gonna do a little copy from up here. Something along those lines. If we start off with this as a basic thingamajig, you can see we do have so much more rails than needed, but they won't consume any more resources. It's just for, I don't really want to put all those railways on a belt. But it's basically double up here. But what we also need here is some beacons. And once again, I believe that for it to be calculated, I need to have it put like this. And you should be there, and you should be there. And with just that, the rails are perfectly in balance, actually. So if I copy and reverse this, we should be okay, I think. How did I handle this up here? I did have 2 incoming belts, yeah. How you need 2.5. So if I have one line here with iron, and you get the iron sticks, and I will have a mixed here with those. Next part here is where do we have you? Weren't you here? There. And I will have the electric furnace. So this little setup gives us 2.32, which means we need to have this times 10. Not really, but in those lines at least. So let's make a copy. Let's extend these. And make another copy, like so. That should give us all we need. Before we extend it, I am just gonna see if we need it any further than that for a half build. Did I bring enough modules? Almost. Yeah, I'd say that is half what we need. And for what we need lines, we're gonna need, let's see, it's 20 steel and 20 stone, which means that this line needs to be blue. 10 iron, that is enough with a yellow belt. But we upgrade that. And then we can see, what do you need? It's 1.3, 1.3, that is good enough. And you are balanced, that's perfect. And I think I want to have this line going this way out. And I do have some space here to put additional modules, but I think that will screw up the ratios quite significant, actually. I'm then overproducing rails. So I'm gonna put in the end pieces as well, and then I'm gonna see if this still overproducing by quite a lot. And what do I gain? 464. That's 0.4. Let's go all the way then. What happens if I do it like this then? Yeah, that's perfect. With just one difference, that I am in need of a heck of a lot more resources, and I don't have the belts to support that. Those numbers could be 22.5 at the most, and we're at 32, so no. I do not think this change is for the better. I do think that this, as it is balanced at the moment, is good, and we're at 20, so but with this then, let's see, I can remove this blueprint for now. I also gonna need productivity modules. As you can see, 3 of them are 0.25, and I need can I say 2.67. You see, I still need about 5 more. Then I get all. I did. Aren't you producing more than that? Yeah. Good. But I think that just to ease the build a little bit, I will just module this up, and let's see how many we have. We have 12. Not enough. Everyone is 3. 285. 2.7. So that's the amount of modules that we need to produce for one of these. And on the other side here, we're gonna need to produce furnace, and that's 6 of them. We produce 1.5. That's 2.75. So no real need to beacon that up. But the number that here that is worrying me is this number for the red circuits. So I'm going to need about 55 red circuits a second. Also going to need about 130 steel plates. I am not sure that my current build up here can support that. As you can see, I'm producing 27 and this is taking 27, the blue build. So just to support this I need one more of these basically. So I will have to set that up as well. What else? I'm gonna need 80 stone per second. As you can see, this stone up here is producing 85 a second. Bricks, I'm gonna need 55. This one is producing 48. So yeah, that's also a fun setup. Steel, let's see, how much am I producing steel wise? Is it 31? And this needed 120, which means that some of these here need to be redone. I'm not sure how many miners I can fit on this patch down here and utilize that instead of getting in by train. We'll see about that later. But that's just half of the build I want to have here. I also want to have the yellow signs up here. So if you look at the yellow one, you can see that it requires processing units, the blue. I am producing them at the rate of 5. And so there's about a 1-to-1 ratio here. So I need to ramp that up quite extensively if I want to keep the same ratio. And the iron and the steel and copper and plastic and batteries and all that jazz is also a fun thing to set up. But we'll take it in bite-sized chunks. So if we set this up first, and we worry about the inputs a bit later. But this one and this one they can share a single output line. Like so. As you can see, 2.67 I think was the magic number. I'm gonna just get that out of the way. Just put it there then. And power it up like so. Let's see, and how many inputs do you need? You need 3. You need 27 steel, 27 stone, and 13 of the red ones. So that is the red one. And that's too much for just to combine on one belt, I notice. I'm debating what I really need to do to make this work, because I'm gonna need 3 belts like this, and this will be steel, and this will be the stone bricks. And how can I get everything here in? Has to be something like this. Nope, all the way. And how much do you need? 13.5 of each, that's just a red belt. Like so. And green and red. So this is half the production science build. I'm gonna double this up. And as I said, the inputs we'll worry about a little bit later on. But first I'm just gonna go and resupply with a few things. And the good thing about running as much as I do is that it gives me time to think while going out and about. And yellow ones, the red ones. Wonder if I just gonna have display panels also. And I don't think that I need that many of them. But let's say 50. Or rather 20. They aren't used in that big numbers. So I think I'm gonna have to open this up again. And get myself some more of those production modules, I think they're called, right? Productivity modules. Yeah, so if we do just a little blueprint of that, we see how much resources are used for half that build. So it's not that much resource-wise here. The big drain is ones that we need to get the inputs in it. But for now, I will have to take a little break. I'm gonna refill my teacup, and I will see you soon. And I am back with some more tea. You can see my little Tigger. And while on the break, I was thinking about switching things up a little bit. And that means I will probably go and do some combat. Because I need to clear everything from top side. Do I need anything of this on my person? I need bots. How many bots can I have? 40. So if I have 75, I can stand to lose a few of them. Maybe I should make myself 2 more of the energy shields. And this will be for my legs, so I can switch back and forth. Then basically I just need a whole lot of sorry, it's my phone was blowing up. I'm just gonna get myself a whole lot of stuff for battling. Let's see. Let's get all the combat thingamajigs I need. I also have been stocking up on uranium ammo. Oh, that's plenty. Let's start there. What are you missing? Ah, it's the red ones. Oh well, oh well, oh well. Is it this rail line? It is. My mind just wanders. I'm gonna extend the rail line, which means that I can take a train up instead of running. So all the rail lines. What do I have? The signals, radar, more rails. And I'll grab one train and some fuel. Now let's see. Ah, I left my blueprint in the chest. Also gonna need the big electric poles. Let's just fill it up to a full stack. Sorry, that was the wrong way around. Let's see how far that gets us. I'm sure some of it won't be stamped down. If it hits a tree or something like that. Oh, I did stamp it down top of it. Let's see if we can remove some of the trees before heading over there and building. Yeah, I was thinking about placing down radar as well on top here. That bothers me a little bit. So get back here. And it's annoying to have robots chasing me all the time. And we just keep extending the line all the way. Let's see, and that's the last radar. I haven't automated the radars yet. So I can't really go back and just get a few more of those. So let's see here. Somewhere about here perhaps. See how far the rails can support us. I see that signals won't support us much longer. And I will just do a little circle here, so I then can plop down my train. I brought 2 wagons, don't ask me why, but I did. And I will fuel you, and that's my personal train for now. And let's see. A save might be in place. Might have its place. And I will remove 2 of my legs so I can have some shields instead. Hope that should be enough with just 4 turrets for now. And the poison capsules are really good at killing the worms. And so is the shotgun. Repair packs is something I kinda need, so I'm gonna have to go back. But first I will deal with this. And I will pick up those that are not damaged. So let's see, where is the best spot for me? Do we think it's just here, perhaps? Shouldn't take too long. And then if I just have you turn around, so you will be ready for my return. It's always something I forget. That's kind of my signum. You can see there are the repair packs. I'm sure I made more repair packs here. I did. Also, what's needed for radar? It's a little bit of A, a little bit of B. If we do it like that, then and I also, while I'm here, let's pick up some more of the rail signals and whatever has been produced. Few more of them. I thought I asked you to turn around. Apparently I didn't. Or it stopped when I got out. Yep. There we go. Now we should be able to repair these. Okay, so again, that's a save. And I am getting a bit scared for just the sheer size of these upcoming bases. See how far can I get before I get shot at. Somewhere along these lines, apparently. And I am using some of my poison capsules here, and I did forget to get my shield. So let's see, now we can advance the turrets. Oh, they are destroying all my turrets. That's kinda bad, actually. Let's see, that was stage number 1. I'm gonna have this as my fallback point. So, just gonna shotgun some of the nests. See how far that gets me. And why did I bring the defender capsules if I'm not using them? That's a really good question. Yeah, okay, so they called in the other base, that's why there were so many earlier attacking and destroying the turrets. Okay, so far so good. Wrong ones. Wasn't the poison capsule I wanted. I wanted to have my defender capsules. And while they are up and running, I will do a first jab into this base and see where that gets me. It gets me a whole lot of bikers, that's what it gets me. So let's see, what can we do here? I want to see if I can throw some poison capsules into everything here. That's 30 of them. Oh, this is bad, this is bad. Don't get bogged down. I need to bring up the turrets a bit closer. Ooh. Yeah, that's bad. And I am not above save scumming. Heh. Not sure I did it last time. Yeah, I am just gonna run for it and get into the safety behind my walls before I get my shields up. This is messier than last time. That's a lot of behemoth biters. I need to get them off my back. And running by the turrets is the best strategy for that, I would say. Okay, so let's do a reset here. I won't charge into the next base. I will do a quick save for that. Oh, this is going to be a long day. I don't think that they are... What do I need to upgrade these? Or rather, how can I have more of them? Best would probably have been just to make destroyer capture, but that's quite an investment. They are quick at destroying stuff. Let's see if we can draw them out and have them focus on me instead of the turrets. And then we'll add in all of the capsules while we advance our line of turrets. some poison might be useful as well. Yeah. I'm gonna give it one more attempt here. This is just a small precaution to defend my back. And I want to have poison capsules. And then I will run back to the safety of the turrets. Or the relative safety of the turrets at least. Oh. As I said, I would give it one more try, and I will stop it there, I think, because this might take a few tries, and that ain't that interesting. So I will stop the stream here, and I will be back once I cleared everything out instead. So take care, and hope to see you some other time.